My name is Marty Stiles, and I'm a lieutenant with the Omaha Police Department. I've attended the FBI National Academy as a member of Session 289. During the early afternoon of April 26, 2024, I was at home with four of my kids. School was out for the day. My wife and oldest daughter had left out of town. And as a bit of a weather nerd, I had been watching the weather most of that day. As meteorologists had indicated, there was a chance of storms. Just after 2 p.m., storms started developing probably about 90 miles away from our house. And of course, like every good Midwesterner, I went outside to watch the storms as it got closer. By about 3:30, I could really see some ominous clouds in the distance. And by 3:45, I could actually see a tornado out in the distance. I got the kids downstairs, sent them down there with some snacks and some flashlights just in case. But of course, I went back upstairs and continued watching outside. For the next 15 minutes or so, I would say I just watched as that tornado grew larger and larger. And while I initially thought it was going to miss our house, it took a turn and started coming directly towards us. I kept watching that tornado as it got closer and closer till about a mile away. I ran downstairs, got in the safe room with the kids, and within minutes after that, we could hear the sounds of the house just being torn apart. The next several days were kind of a blur. Clean up, salvaging what we could, obviously making numerous phone calls, dealing with insurance, trying to find a place to live, trying to find vehicles to use. But in the aftermath of that, the FBI National Academy Associates Charitable Foundation provided me financial assistance for me and my family. We utilized those funds to help us secure hotel rooms, meals in those first several days, and we also utilized it to get some of the items like backpacks and uniforms to get our kids back to school. On May 1st, just 5 days after the tornado, I received a random text message from Captain Kevin Greiger of the Sarpy County, Nebraska Sheriff's Office. Captain Greiger is also an FBI National Academy graduate and at the time was one of our board members for our Nebraska chapter. The text I received from him simply said, "It's Kevin Greiger. I have a check for you and your family from the FBI National Academy Associates Foundation. Can I meet you somewhere to get this to you?" His text was completely unexpected for me and something that never even crossed my mind at the time. I called Captain Greiger, and I don't recall if it was that same day or the following day, but either way, he drove the check up. I met him in a parking lot. He provided me the check for my family. Not only did he provide me a check, but he also provided me a second check for one of my neighbors who's also a police officer and National Academy graduate. So I delivered that check to our neighbor who was also going through the same struggle at the time. My thoughts and feelings when I received the check. First off, like I mentioned, this was something very unexpected. I had not solicited assistance from the foundation, nor had I even had it cross my mind that this was something available to me. Those first few days obviously were such chaos. So when I received the call from Captain Greiger, it really did take me by surprise. Not only that it was just there, but that someone else had stepped up and made that call and been an advocate for my family, as well as the family of my neighbor. You never know when you or a fellow graduate might encounter a life-changing situation. For me, that immediate financial assistance so quickly after the disaster brought relief, both stress relief and financial relief to me and my family. Whether it's a reoccurring donation, a one-time donation, or purchasing raffle tickets or a t-shirt, it all adds up and it can mean the world of difference to those who are suffering or are in need. My message to the Charitable Foundation is simple. Thank you. Thank you to all those who contribute and who speak up. Might be so overwhelmed at the time that they don't even remember that we have an organization like this to turn to. Thank you to the foundation and the board directly for taking such immediate action and providing assistance so quickly. The check I received from the Charitable Foundation happened even before I received anything from insurance. And as your mind's running a million miles an hour, you can't help but think of the financial difficulties that you're going to be having, especially when you're trying to book hotels or just provide the basics to your family in those immediate days after a storm such as this. when you're on the receiving end of it, you become so much more aware of how much of a difference a small donation can have, because those do add up and really do provide for those families in need. Everyone always talks about the relationships and the brotherhood that come with being part of the National Academy, but frankly, as a fresh graduate that I was, I never imagined that I would see the impact of that brotherhood so quickly. It truly was an emotional experience and something that I'll never forget, because um, that brotherhood, like I said, it had an immediate impact for me, and I'm so appreciative of that.